The Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TETFund, held an interactive session with heads of beneficiary institutions on Monday, the 9th of May, themed Ensuring Synergy for Active Implementation of TETFund Intervention. The event is part of a series of engagement with stakeholders by the Executive Secretary, Architect Sonia Chono, to create smooth working relationships. Architect Chono emphasized TETFund's desire to develop human capital. Therefore, he gave assurance of the fund's continuous support to all critical areas, including research and development interventions, while including entrepreneurship education with a primary focus on digital literacy and ICT.
The enormous task of repositioning the tertiary education sector for sustained relevance is a collective one, and it requires that we work in harmony and synergy to achieve the desired national objective of meeting our human capital needs through a robust and high-quality higher education sector. This synergy, which is an aggregation of multiple resources that provide greater value, cooperation, and teamwork, will require that we bring on board our collective experiences and expertise towards finding solutions to specific national problems and goals. Upon assumption of office, I received briefings and presentations from all the departments of the fund on the status of their various activities. This was to enable me to assess the level of progress and to see if there are issues that needed to be addressed urgently. One of our primary areas of focus is digital literacy and the development and deployment of information and communication technology, including ubiquitous broadband and data connectivity and access to our institutions to enhance our ICT capabilities.
The Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission, Professor Abubakar Rashid, while congratulating the Executive Secretary of TETFund, however, pointed out that inflation had adversely affected the value of the amount approved for the beneficiaries, and as such, creative thinking was necessary.
The inflation or the valuation, the amount being given to the institutions is not currently as valuable as it used to be. So, which is why it will require a new thinking. And that's why I think we are very, very happy because Architect Echeno, the ES, is a sound manager of men, money, and materials. And he is certainly going to achieve a lot with our own support and cooperation.
Professor Polinius Okwele, the Executive Secretary of the National Commission for Colleges of Education, in his goodwill message, cautioned the heads of beneficiary institutions to ensure that the funds were wisely utilized.
I want to tell our various heads of institutions that they have roles to play judiciously, how to monitor the activities going on in your schools, and see that the major fund will be told that what we are even getting this year is less than last year, to ensure that the major fund is well used. Check abuses so that all of us, as partners in the progress of education in this country, can at the end sit back and say to God be the glory, be able to do what we are asked to do.
In his remarks, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education, David Adejo Andrew, said the event not only ensures synergy for effective implementation of TETFund intervention, but also serves as a forum to jointly confront the challenges facing public tertiary institutions in the country.
We would all agree that if there has been greater synergy between everybody involved in the university community, the present impasse between the federal government and university-based unions wouldn't have gotten to this stage. And at this point, it is important that I express the Minister's appreciation to the polytechnics and colleges of education-based unions for maintaining industrial peace. We are not taking that for granted, and government is making sure that industrial peace remains and the university-based unions return to work.
The Executive Secretary went on to give a breakdown of the approved intervention plan of TETFund for the year 2022. The disbursement guidelines for TETFund's annual direct intervention was summarized as follows: 642,848,138 naira to each beneficiary university, 396,780,086 naira to each polytechnic, and 447,758,804 naira to each college of education. Letters of allocation for annual direct interventions were then allocated to the beneficiaries.